You see some school marketing and you just think, wow, that works. But why? Today we're going to deconstruct a truly brilliant example to find a simple, powerful recipe that any school leader can use. We're talking about creating stories that actually stick. Let's get into it.
So let me ask you something, and be honest. Does your school's marketing, the newsletters, the blog posts, the stuff you put out on social media, does it really, truly connect with parents? It's a tough one, right? Because a lot of what we put out there is fine, it's informative, but does anyone remember it the next day?
Just look at the difference here. On one side, you've got brochure-speak. You know the words, experiential learning, robust curriculum. They're not wrong, but they're kind of lifeless. Then look at story-speak. Instead of experiential learning, we get tiny aprons, little hands pouring honey. Instead of just talking about a curriculum, we see it in action. They measure. That's math. Can you feel the difference? One tells you something, the other makes you feel something.
And that brings us to our first big idea. It's all about breaking out of that safe, but totally forgettable brochure tone that so many of us fall back on.
And listen, there's nothing wrong with serviceable. It gets the basic information across, but it almost never creates that emotional spark that makes a parent think, wow, this is the place for my kid. It just doesn't have any staying power. It's forgettable.
So what does stick? Okay, I want to show you an amazing example. It's a blog post called Sticky Fingers, and it absolutely nails it.
Just listen to how this starts. You're not being told about a program. You're there. You're in the room. You can practically see those tiny aprons and feel the focus in those careful stirs. It's sensory, it's real, and it hooks you right from the very first line.
And here's where it gets really clever. The story takes this simple, sweet activity and connects it to the school's core promise. This isn't just about having fun. This is about learning that has a real impact. And that word, sticks, genius. It's literal, right, because the honey, but it's also a metaphor for learning that lasts.
Then, it goes even deeper. It's not just about math and motor skills anymore. It connects the activity to culture, to tradition, to identity. The learning becomes a part of who these children are, something they literally carry home with them. Now that's marketing that matters.
So how did they pull this off? It feels like some kind of creative magic, right? Well, it's not. There's actually a simple, repeatable recipe behind it, and we've broken it down into 4 steps that any busy school leader, and I mean any, can use. All right, here's the secret sauce. Just 4 simple steps. 1. Start with a real moment. 2. Answer the parent's secret question. 3. Pick one image and stick with it. And 4. Connect it all to who their child is becoming. Let's walk through each one. Okay, step 1 is about being real. Don't start with an abstract idea like our Rosh Hashanah unit. No, start with a sensory detail. What do you actually see in the classroom? Spilled flour, a look of concentration, sticky fingers. That's your entry point. That's what pulls people in.
Now for step 2. As soon as a parent sees a photo of kids having fun and making a mess, a little voice pops into their head. Even if they don't say it, they're thinking, okay, that's adorable, but is this real learning or are they just playing?
A great storyteller gets ahead of that doubt. You have to answer that unasked question right there in the story. This blog post does it perfectly. It says, you think they're just baking? Nope. When they measure, that's math. When they pour, that's fine motor skills. It turns a potential negative into a massive positive.
Step 3 is all about creating a through line. That sticky fingers image from the beginning? It's not a throwaway detail. It becomes the central metaphor for the whole piece. It represents hands-on learning, lasting memories, and the sweet residue of a rich education. It's what makes the whole story feel connected and so easy to remember.
And this brings us to the last step, which honestly might be the most important one of all. Parents aren't just buying what their child does in kindergarten. They are investing in who their child will become. Your marketing has to make that leap from the what to the who.
So let's put it all together. Look at this. You can see the recipe in action, clear as day. It starts with that real moment, the aprons and honey. It answers the parent's doubt, that's math. It carries the sticky idea all the way through, and it lands on that powerful vision of the future. It's a perfect execution.
So what's the big deal? Why does this matter so much? Because this kind of storytelling doesn't just get you a quick like on Facebook. It actually builds a deep, lasting impression of what makes your school special.
And here is the best news, especially for every busy school leader out there. This does not require more money. It doesn't require a bigger marketing team or hours you don't have.
It's just about changing the way you look. It's about putting on a new lens to see the incredible stories that are already happening in your hallways every single day.
So, I'm going to leave you with a challenge. Think about your school. Think about all those small, messy, beautiful moments that happen all the time. What's the sticky fingers story that's happening right now, just waiting for you to notice it and share it with the world? Go find it.